the house almost every day since since it was taken over. So first thing is that, number one, in terms of the ownership of the house, the you know just about as much as I do about this, is just that the woman who owned the house, she passed away. Her husband has not done anything with the property. They paid the property taxes. But they were cited by the city for the structure being an eyesore. So in terms of neighborhood support, people in general are happy that they are fixing up an eyesore. However, that does not change the fact that they are trespassing. Now, according to reporting already done, the city of Seattle Police Department, and this is where his work was so very important, was they were trying to get the owner to give them the go-ahead to kick the people out. And so far, he has not done so. So far, that is why the hard work that he's done is allowed the folks at the house to make a decision who's going to represent them in terms of negotiating with the owner. I guess my point was earlier that because folks are trespassing, no, it would be a process to get them out, but I don't think it'd be a good idea to ask people to stay there unless they knew exactly what their legal position is, which is trespassing. Same problem.
I think we can all agree that we need a better sanitation plan for what the next site is. Does anyone have any current needs that they need to express to the rest of the group before we vacate Paul's room?
Sorry, not the super most current, but a truck that we can use to move garbage to a dump. That would be so helpful, because garbage, the sanitation people, the people that we pay have not been continuous. They've not been reliable, and so we need a truck or someone with a truck that when we need to move things out to the dump that we can.
Sanitation, just speak to that.
There have been several volunteers that have approached me that asked for permission to rate our dumpsters, and they told me they'd do it whenever they could. I'm generally running around doing a variety of other things with the other working groups I work with, but I can only hope and assume that the people that have approached me have come and rated our dumpsters for garbage. As far as getting a bigger dumpster, the big issue was we needed at Seattle Central, we needed a dumpster with wheels. That came in one size. And the next size up asked for wheels. So it would have had to be right there by the curb. And that would have caused an issue.
Would you say then that a requirement for the next site be a place where we can put a larger dumpster?
Yes.
So the other thing, when we have that new site too, I'll go out and exhaust every channel I have to find people, like to just get a running list of people with trucks in the area who are willing to make those runs, right? And then you can just sort of just refer to that list anytime that it's starting to overflow, right? And just until you find someone. Like I know, like I said, when you mentioned about volunteers, like I've seen 2 or 3 people who said anytime you need somebody to run, just give me a shout, and then like I'm like, okay, I need to talk to that person, and 5 minutes later I turn around and they're gone, and I'm just like, I missed that opportunity, but I know it's there. So.
On that note, by this weekend, our databases should be up. We'll be trying to give at least one login to each work group so that they can put that kind of information into the database, and we can all log in on the web client, see it and share it. That way, instead of having to go to Nate for his truck contacts, me for my truck contacts, etc. and so on, they will all be in one place. I actually got an outside group to set up our ERP servers because ICT is so overwhelmed, and then LA needed them, so we gave them to LA, and we're getting our own this weekend. Anything else before we go?
And then my offer still stands to get some like ICT people to come in and help do inventory or clean up the warehouse and work with that ERP and stuff like that.
There are access issues with warehouse. We have a crew coming in starting Saturday to do warehouse stuff that have already been vetted.
I could go for making one more announcement. So I kind of got an interesting email forwarded to me.
Why that one?
Yeah, so it says that our Senate basically just passed a bill effectively ends the Bill of Rights in America. Literally. I mean, it allows for police to come in and arrest anyone, detain anyone, or even assassinate any U.S. citizen. It eliminates due process, everything.
Can you say the name and the number of that bill?
It is the Senate Bill 1867.
Defense authorization bill. It goes through every year.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I've read through part of it. It also, it's partially wrong, and I've practically passed out while reading it.
You did.
It's actually one of the reasons why it won't pass, because senators typically pack it with anything and everything.
Yeah.
What
To
I'd
include
like
their own
to
little
just
special
say real
interests.
quickly about how we make law in this country is it passed the Senate, but it hasn't passed the House. It has been, and certainly President Obama, he hasn't signed it, and he also has a line item veto, so he can go ahead and do the Defense Reauthorization Act for another fiscal year and take that out. So I understand everybody's concern, but I just want to remind everyone that the Congress has not done anything yet that is binding law.
Okay.
So,
This is
Yeah,
still,
Obama was the
a
first.
93 to 7 vote.
I
Wow.
understand that, but it still hasn't passed the
Wow.
House, and it still has not gotten to President Obama's desk. So I think everybody should just kind of calm down about that.
Okay, hold on. Is this a discussion, like regular discussion? Is the meeting over?
Well, I think the meeting's over.